Hello everybody, Eric here from Bloat Games again. Today I want to take a little look at White Star, which is White Box science fiction role-playing game. It's another retro clone. This one was written by Mr. James M. Spahn. He is famous for, he's the creative and driving force behind Barrel Rider games. So I know if you've been on Drive Through RPG, you've probably seen a ton of his our Barrel Rider games accessories up there and expansions for games like Swords and Wizardry White Box. He's the person behind that, but he also took the Swords and Wizardry White Box and turned it into a sci-fi role-playing game. Now this game is perfect for anybody who's looking to play Star Wars. Um, you can even do Star Trek with a little adaptation. But really, any kind of space opera type of science fiction role playing game can be achieved with this. And you could pull off Firefly very, very, very easily. The game itself, or the game book itself, rather, it runs about 167 pages. It goes through all the standard information of how to create a character, offers house rules. This game also definitely supports rulings versus rules, so it tells you right up front, that's the case. When you get to classes, it's got everything that you would need. You got your aristocrat, you got your pilot, which is your Han Solo type characters. Your Star Knights. Now, Star Knights, those are Jedi, so that's the way around the copyright. And Star Knights, instead of using the Force, they simply follow a religion known as the Way. Not much hidden there. It also, for character classes, you can play races. It's got different aliens pre-set up. You can also be robots, so you can pull off your C-3POs, your R2-D2s, all that type stuff. It goes through. It's got a very healthy equipment list. It tells you all about the cost of stuff, different things, including the Star Sword, which is your lightsaber. Everything you need to get going there. It also has, for everybody who's interested in Thaco, it's got AC and ascending armor, so it tells you how to change those over, and so you can play whichever version you want. It does have the white box bonuses, which is like the +1 is the highest bonus you'll get as far as from an attribute, and then -1 is the lowest and stuff. So it doesn't go up to like an 18 doesn't give you a +2 or 3 depending on what system you're using. So it keeps the scale of the game a lot more easily in line. But it really does a great job, James does, of going through and explaining the rules and giving different house rules. Even the stuff I just turned to Starship Combat. So it tells you how that works out. How if you're having a TIE fighter chase your Falcon, how that you can do that mechanically in the game. It also, of course, gives different rules for the different starships that would be available. Then it goes into gifts and meditations. These are replacing your spells and your psychic abilities from Dungeons and Dragons. And I mean, if you look at them, they're quite. Most of them are quite familiar, and then also they will have, you know, different things that will that are pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't take a lot of reading to pick up on this. If you've played OD&D, or really any version of D&D, you'll understand this right away. But again, James does do a very great job of explaining it, and the stuff that he chose to include, and then the stuff that, you know, that he didn't include from like the original Dungeons and Dragons magic system and stuff. I mean, he nailed it. I can't say much better about it. You know, and it goes through, and then it has section like, okay, this section for aliens and creatures. And what this is going to do is you can run into just about any alien and creature, and they can have different powers and abilities for aliens, different things. And it explains that, but then it also goes through, and it does kind of like a monsters manual for some of the things you may encounter that may, you know, find yourself in combat with and stuff. Shows Void Knights. Void Knights, they are your Sith, so they are, you know, your Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, those type guys, and it shows, you know, about them. And it goes on through here, and then of course you get to advanced equipment, and this is going to be this is going to talk about like cybernetics. It talks about different things that's commonly found in sci-fi games that would not ever be associated with a fantasy game. So it tells you what those are and how they would work into the white box setting. The last chapter is the White Star campaign, and this gives you several like one-shot adventures, but it also gives you information about the world, or the galaxy rather, not the world. And you know that you know, it definitely very much takes from the Star Wars mythos. You're in the middle of a galaxy that's having a civil war, so you know you got your good guys, your bad guys, and you have to choose a side and fight for it. And then, you know, it continues on to give some more information about specific adventures, so longer information there. All in all, I mean, this book is pretty amazing. There's a shot of the character sheet. You know, it says a galaxy of adventure, and down there is the Barrel Rider Games logo. If you were interested in playing in a Star Wars type game, or, you know, a Firefly game, and you know, you don't want to have to learn this new complicated system, or you know, you don't want to be caught up on a system that barrels you down with too many skills, too many of the standard tropes associated with science fiction role-playing games, then you're going to want to check out White Star. White Star, it's available through Drive-Thru RPG, and it does have a print on demand. That's what this is, and I was very happy with the binding and the print job that came out. And then there's a ton of supplements. In fact, I picked up a couple supplements. I got the White Star Companion, which was also written by Mr. James Spahn. I picked up one called Between Stars and Void, which is a whole source book dedicated to the Star Knights. So, you know, even more information about Jedi. So if you wanted to play something from like the prequel era Star Wars, when Jedis were everywhere, you could definitely do that. But they have a ton of source books and supplements that are available through Drive-Thru RPG that you can look up. You know, and like even here, he has the White Star compatible logo. So this book, not just this book, but you can, if you're a content creator, you know, this is something you get into, you could go ahead and create your own content. I'm thinking personally about writing up some stuff for this. I got it kind of, it wasn't a game that was recommended to me. I just kind of looked and found it. But now that I've seen it and had a chance to read it, it's really fantastic. As far as the retro clones, or in this case, what I would consider a neo clone, he does a great job of giving you a full game that has all the familiar mechanics from OD&D, but you know, he also gives you the information that you'll need for the setting and everything. I don't feel like if you were to run a Star Wars campaign, I don't feel like that there's anything missing from here, which is very important. If you're going to run a Firefly campaign, there's nothing missing. If you're going to run like a Star Trek campaign, you can do that with a little bit of tweaking, just because Star Trek tends to be a little more science than space opera. But again, everything is in here to do that. So you may have to do Star Trek, though. There may be some things you may want to leave out. But in the meantime, I just wanted to give everybody a heads up about this. If you get a chance, definitely check it out. It's well worth it. And again, I really enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you've seen today, please hit that like button and subscribe. If not, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you.